narrating that whole time.
All right, sounds on. That's great. All right, sorry about that, guys. We'll have Luke's, Signs, Russo up front, Wolf and Albert back at D. Gets dumped in. Wolf's back on it. And Signs has it. Shot goes wide. Signs behind the net with it. All right, we've got Bomer and Hubbard in at D right now. Luchansky, Clausen, Signs up front. Bomer up to Luchansky. And Luchansky's going to skate it in. Roby's in off the boards. That kind of slow-mo made it through a couple players to get out of the zone there. Nice save there from Hubbard. We got Sroby, Myers, Luchansky up front. Wolf and Albert in a D right now. That's offsides. Yeah, I was muted the first couple minutes there. Sorry, guys. All right, we'll have Cones, Gentner, Wokevich up front, Albert and Wolf back at D. Wolf dumps it in. Nice save from Harris, and he'll get that covered.
Come on, Nuts, keep working, let's go.
All right, we'll bring in Bomer and Hubbard at D. We'll have Signs, Clausen, and Lukes up front. Up and out of the zone. Signs gives it back to Bomer, out of his reach. And hits it up to Lukes. Comes around to Hubbard. He's got Luke's up and gets it in the zone. Quick shot, goes wide. Signs back to Wolf, and Wolf goes wide. Multiple shots. I don't know that any of them actually hit the goalie. Maybe one. All period. Signs will dump it in. Still have Wolf and Albert back at D, Luchansky, Gentner, Sorovi up front. And that was a breakaway goal. Looked harmless enough. I think a little breakdown at the blue line on the D, but all right, we will bring in Bomer and Hubbard at D. We'll have Gentner, Luchansky, and Wokevich up front. That is 0-1. About 5 minutes left to go in the first here. Toledo comes up with that, and they'll dump it in. Comes back to Bomer, quick shot. Goalie stops it. And I think net came off on that stop. Yeah, just by half an inch or so, but all right, we're going to keep Bomer and Hubbard in at D. Still have Gentner, Sorovi, and I think Luchansky. They are trying to fix the net. The peg was loose, I think. Back to Hubbard, Hubbard up to Sorovi. And puck is dumped in. Oh. All right, Albert and Wolf in at D right now. And we got a delayed penalty coming up for a slash. It's against Vegas, it looks like. We'll be on the power play here. All right, we'll have Hubbard and Wolf back at D. Myers, Vukevich, Gentner up front. Hubbard over to Wolf. Gets it into Vukevich. By kind of pure luck of an accidental play, it almost worked out. All right. Fort Wayne gets it out of the zone, gets it deep into our end. Vukevich has it. He's going to start skating with it. And he'll dump it in. Hits a player on the bench. We should have a face-off down low. How does it come all the way to center ice? That makes zero sense. If anything, you bring it to that circle by the blue line, but hit a player in the defense or in the offensive zone. So really should have been face off down low by that goalie. So all right, we'll take it. Bomer and Albert in at D. Signs Russo Lukes up front. Bomer's got it, and he's going to dump it in. And Russo's down low with pressure. Russo's in the zone, tries to get it centered out of Signs' reach. Signs comes up with it, passes. All right, we've got Wolf and Hubbard back at D right now. Signs, Sorovi, Signs with the puck. All right, Signs, Sorovi, Cones up front. Bomer and Wolf back at D right now. Signs dumps it in. All right, Bomer and Albert at D right now. Harris covers.
on your way.
Oh, you're good, Joe. All right, still Bomer and Albert at D. We've got Cones up front, Gentner up front, Sorovi up front. Shot from the point. Bomer's back to get it. Flips it up to Cones. And out of the zone. Albert goes back with it. Back to Bomer. Up to Cones. Slap shot. Goes wide. Bomer's got it, up to Cones. Just out of Gentner's reach. Had to go for an ice. Nope. Goalie plays it. We got less than a minute left to go here in the period. That's an ice. All right. Wolf and Hubbard in at D. Myers, Russo, and Luchansky up front. Another icing. Back to Wolf. Shot. It's a body. Offsides. First, that other coach would have been hot if we would have got a goal off of that. The scorekeeper did not start the clock for 5 or 6 seconds there. Gave us a little bit extra time to have it in their zone. So, all right, end of the first, down by 1. All right, start of the second period here. We'll have Signs, Wilkevich, and Clausen up front. Albert and Wolf back at D. All right, Vegas gets it. Albert back to Wolf. And Wukevich will pressure. We'll get Wolf go off. Hubbard goes on. And Albert dumps it. He's going to go for a change. We've got still Signs, Luke's, Russo up front. And that may go for icing. And it does. All right, still Bomer and Hubbard at D. Russo, Gentner, Luke's up front. Back to Hubbard, gets a shot off on that. All right, Gentner's got it, works it down low. Gets it back to Russo, gets it centered. To Hubbard, shot. Goalie stops it. It's probably the most pressure on the shift we've had all game so far. Comes to the middle and can't get a shot off on that. Luke's has it. He's going to skate it in. Tries to get it across. Probably just shoot that, I think. But all right, Albert and Wolf come in at D. Wolf keeps it in the blue line. Just tries to get it deep. Sorobi has it, dumps it in. We'll have Sorobi, Myers, and I think Cones up front. Still Albert and Wolf back at D. Ooh, nice shot there from Vegas. Just missed the net. Puck comes out. Cam's able to get it past. He's going to get a breakaway here. Cones. Oh, man. Nice save there from the goalie, and puck goes out of play. He did not have much time to pick a shot there. Had a Vegas player hot on his tails, but nice opportunity nonetheless. Let's have Bomer and Hubbard at D. Signs, Clausen, and Luchansky up front. All right, puck's back to Bomer. And dumps it down deep. It's going to come back to Hubbard. Shot. Goes wide. Signs has it, tries to get it centered. All right, Luchansky has it, dumps it in. Signs has it, takes a shot. Nice save there from the goaltender. We've got Albert and Wolf came in at D. We've got Clausen, Signs, Luchansky up front. All right, Wolf chips it up and out of the zone. Signs chips it up out of the zone. We could use a change. That worked out good for us. Okevich still with pressure. He buys us time to get a line change. Okevich with possession gets it back to Hubbard. We've got Hubbard and Bomer in at D. Gentner, Okevich, and Lukes up front. Over to Lukes, who gets it deep. Let's see, Russo comes in. Bomer's back. And puck goes wide. Puck came out of the zone. That was off. It's off by about 2 inches. Refs let it go. All right. Gentner dumps it in. We can shot on net off of it. And nice play by Wolf there. Wolf lost his stick, so he tries to kick it. I love it. All right, Cones has it, gets it up to Russo. Russo gets it into the zone. And we've got Cones, Myers, and Sarovi up front right now. Albert and Wolf still back at D. Gets dumped in. Wolf goes back with it. Oh, goes down awkwardly. He gets up. He's all right. And that puck went out of play, bounced off the netting. They allow that. I don't think the refs saw that. We've got Bomer and Hubbard just came in for D. Sarovi's still out with the forecheck, along with Signs and Luchansky. Signs has it and puts it up to Clausen. Luchansky has it, gets his own, gets it deep. Comes up to Bomer and pops out of the zone. That's nice. Yeah. About 2 minutes, I think, at least. Was it? Was it? All right, we'll have Gentner, Lukes, Vukevich up front, Albert, and Wolf back at D. Comes back to Wolf. He's going to get a shot and goes wide. Wolf goes back with it. Albert's back in with it in the corner. Reverses up to Vukevich. Wolf sends it down. That'll go for icing. Those legs were tired out there. It's probably good to get it ice. We'll bring in Bomer and Hubbard back at D. Russo, Myers, Cones up front. That again here. Nice puck movement from Vegas this game so far. Russo's got it. And Vegas comes up with it. Bring it in. We got a 3 on. There we go. At least we get it out of the zone, get it deep. Wolf and Albert come in. Sorovi signs the chance he's in. Nice steal there from Luchanski. Nice shot. Nice save from the goaltender. All right. Wolf sends it in deep. Oh, it's loose. Goes behind the net. Signs picks it up. Oh, loses an edge. Oh, man. Slipped through both defenders, but just missed the Vegas player there on the backside. Kept in the blue line by Sorovi. Puck's bouncing. We've got Albert and Hubbard in for D right now. Puck's dumped deep. Hubbard's back with it. Moves it up to Vukevich. Back to Hubbard. Luchanski. That quite enough to get it out of the zone. Less than a minute left here. Like we had a chance to get it out. Let's see. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. Really. All right. Signs gets it up to Lokavich. And Gentner's got it. We've got Wolf and Bomer in at D. Clausen's down low, Gentner's down low, Luke's picks up the puck, sends it back behind the net. Puck back to Bomer. Oh, whiffs the shot. Shoots again. Luke's has it. All right. All right, start of the third, down by 1. We'll have Jack Hubbard, George Bomer at D, Nixon Lukes at right wing, Brighton Russo left wing, Jack Myers at center. Face off win. Bomer dumps it in. Weird bounce off the corner boards there. Puck's gonna be out of the zone. Puck's back to Hubbard. Myers gets it out of the zone. A steal from Bomer there, and it's flipped up the ice. All right, Wolf chips it up to Signs. We'll have Signs, Sorovi, Luchansky up front. And dump down. Is that enough for icing? They wave it off. All right, Wolf's got it. And send up the boards. That'll be an ice. All right. Bomer and Hubbard in at D, Signs, Sorovi, Luchansky up front. Same lines. He tries to dump it in deep, but hits a body. Bomer and Wolf are back with it. And Bomer will go into the corner. All right, Steins comes up with it. Collision there, and Volkevich comes up with it. He's got it. He's going to keep skating with it. And quick shot. All right, we've got Albert and Hubbard in a D. Puck is dumped in. Albert goes back with it.
Come on, let's go, Knights!
All right, Harris covers. We'll bring in Bomer and Wolf at D. Myers, Russo, Luke up front. Oh, Bomer saves that from going in. That was on its way in.
Work it, boys!
Luke centers it to Myers, redirect to Russo, and goalie saves it. All right, we've got Albert and Wolf back in at D. And nice save there from Rick.
Okay, keep working!
All right, we bring in Bomer and Hubbard. Got Luchansky, Sarovi, and Signs up front. Bomer's got it and sends it back. Luchansky comes up with it. Luchansky tries to get it centered, hit a skate, and deflect it out.
Oh, come on, Silas! Go!
Nice snag there from Harris. All right, we'll have Albert and Wolf come in. We'll still have Signs, Luchansky, Sarovi up front.
All right, come on, boys, you got this. Let's go! Come on, keep working!
Sarovi. It's at far side towards the Chansky. Offsides. All right, Bomer and Hubbard back at D. Clausen, Gentner, and Cones up front. Bomer sends it up. Hubbard chips it up to Cones. Wolf and Albert back in at D. Cones has it. That's nice. Short by about a foot, it looked like. Oh, to the back.
I was listening. I thought
it was close. Close enough they usually let it go, but. All right. Wolf and Albert still at D. Wokevich, Myers, and Russo up front. Puck's loose. Puck's still loose. Save there from Rig.
Keep working, keep shooting, let's go!
Right. Russo's going to go into the corner with it. Albert's back with it. We've got some tired legs out there. Let's see, get it to the middle ice. There you go. All right, we got about a little less than 6 minutes left to go. Bomer and Hubbard come in at D. We've got Luke, Saenz, and Luchansky up front. Comes back into Hubbard. He's going to shoot, and goalie saves it. All right, same lines. Just out of Hubbard's reach, comes into the neutral zone. Back over to Bomer, to Saenz. And back to Hubbard. Hubbard sends it around to Bomer. has it. We got a 3-on-2 develop. Sign takes it to the center. Goaltender stops it. All right, Wolf and Albert at D. Gentner, Russo, and I think Cohen's up front. Russo with it. We've got Bomer and Hubbard in at D. Other team wants a penalty. Hubbard didn't even, I don't even think he saw the good. He was just playing the puck. Not really a penalty if two kids are going to the puck and they both have their sticks on the ice and they're both making a play towards the puck. Oh, goal, hit off the post. All right. We are running out of time here. Gentner over to Russo. All right, we bring in Albert and Wolf back at D. Nice read there from Wolf. Volkevich has it. Sign shoots it, or Albert shoots it from the point. We get traffic in front of the net there, but I think good game defensively on our end so far. You know, in terms of generating offense, as you can tell by the score, it's like, yeah, just like that's a good example. Every time you think that we're going to have a great scoring chance, there's either a pass that's off by a couple inches or a puck that's bobbled or a shot that's whiffed or shot way too wide. You know, like we definitely have had chances, but not many. Like not many great scoring opportunity shots. You know, a couple dozen opportunities that could have turned into that just are off the mark by a couple inches or a foot or whatnot. So all right, Bomer's going back. Nice stick there to break that up. So we got Myers, Sorovi, Volkevich up front, Bomer and Hubbard still at D. Oh, that goes in. They had all three of their forwards down low in the slot. Bomer went to your guys' right to cover one of them, and then the puck flung back to the guy on the far side. All right, 0-2 here. We kind of stacked all three forwards in there. We had 2D and no forwards to help cover. All right, 0-2, 2 minutes left. All right, Russo, Luke, Signs up front. Albert and Wolf back at D. Got it, sends it up. And Bomer's got it, sends it up to Luke. We got Bomer and Hubbard back. goes into the corner with it.
Keep working, boys.
Signs comes up with it
Come on, stop him.
and sends it in. Nice save there from Rig. All right, so this game is about to end. We play again tonight late at 9:30, I believe. Really, I think pretty good showing today. Like I said, on the defensive side, they did good. I mean, the defenseman played well. The forwards back checked well. Just, on the offensive side, just got to make those passes more accurate. And when you get a chance, got to make it count.
Stop him. Come on, JJ, move.
Played there by Albert. All right, that's the game, I think, unless the ref makes him finish up. I don't know. There was a couple, I'm not going to say cheap shots, but a couple little checks at the end that were probably unnecessary, and I think the ref may be adding on a penalty at the end. Not that it will matter, but all right. So we'll see you guys tonight at 9:30.